Good morning, everyone. I am LaRon Quarles. I'm your certified IAT trichologist here in the Pleasantville, New Jersey area of New Jersey. I am a hair loss practitioner and a health and wellness advocate. I also like to say that my market is Black women between the ages of 35 to 60, but I service men, women, and children of all cultural backgrounds. I wanted to speak with you today about a condition that affects a lot of our Black women, and it's called cicatricial scarring alopecia or centrifugal cicatricial alopecia. One of my clients came in today and she has what's called Lichen Planoplinarus, and in some cases it's called Lichen simplex or Lichen Planus. Now, this is a scarring type of alopecia that I see happening so often among our women. Now, my client that came in today, she had an inflammatory type. She is 35 years old, and what she explained to me is when she was a teen, a budding teen into being a late teen, she experienced the onset of her symptoms way back then. When she met with me today, the bulk of her vertex area, which starts at the top of the occipital bone to the front of the scalp, these are the areas of the vertex which migrates out in a V. She started experiencing pain in her scalp maybe 15 to 17 years prior to her arriving to me today. What I usually find is that my Black women are experiencing small circular spots, or their hair and scalp will be associated with a terrible itch or pain in the scalp years prior to them meeting with a dermatologist or a trichologist. By the time you get to us, it is usually too late. Some photos into the video so that you can see what her hair and scalp look like. In addition to her having lichen, what happens to the skin is when it begins to suffer with an inflammatory process, it affects these areas here, which is called the infundibulum. It is the area surrounding the sebaceous gland, the sudoriferous gland, and the top of the hair follicle. This comprises the entire hair follicle, with the hair bulb being connected to the blood supply, this being the entire hair follicle, but the infundibulum is what usually is associated with the scarring. This suffers the inflammation the most, and it is associated with a dry and pale looking scalp because the sebaceous gland usually gets destroyed in lichen's wake. So when lichen takes shape, if you don't control the inflammation, get down to the source of what it is that's causing the lichen, you will lose use of this whole area, and what will happen is it will wind up destroying the whole follicle, because once the sebaceous gland is destroyed, the hair really will not grow and it won't work anymore because you need the sebaceous gland to provide it with oil. The sudoriferous gland produces the sweat, so that's the sweat and the sebaceous glands are very different. I say all this to say, scarring alopecias, according to the Color Atlas diagnosis book, is usually associated with a bacterial issue, a viral issue, a fungal issue, a protozoan issue, and also an inflammatory issue. Inflammatory is not noted in that Color Atlas diagnosis book, but the inflammation comes from a body part that needs to be handled, supported, or it needs to be placed in check, because that will spread throughout the body. That inflammation will spread throughout the body, and it will take shape in the scalp. It'll take shape in the palms and give you tendinitis. It will give you carpal tunnel. It will give you arthritis, bursitis, gastritis, IBS. It will become inflammatory and become a disease organ part or tissue. Ladies, men, please, when you see these items happen to you, when you see these issues occur in you, you must get to your dermatologist immediately. get your diagnosis, get your therapy, get your treatment, and also if you're into natural therapies, see a trichologist, see a health and wellness practitioner, see a hair loss practitioner, see an integrative wellness specialist so that we can help you get to the root of your issues and prevent them from taking all of your hair with it. What I aim to get across to you today is when I reach ladies, I reach them when it is too late. Black women have at our defense the ability to put on a wig or weave to cover it. The idea is not to cover it. The idea is to fix it and get on it immediately. At some point, we're able to save a lot of your hair follicles and prevent them from being destroyed. Sometimes by the time you reach us, we can't help you overturn damage. If there are no follicles present, when I take my dermatological shots, there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that I can do for you. So please, please, I am an advocate for my people. I am an advocate for Black women, and I am an advocate for women between the ages of 35 to 60. When you start to see your hair thinning, we have to get on it. We have to help you stabilize, support, and correct body issues that are contributing to you losing your hair. Your body does not need hair to live. If I chop all of your hair off today, you'll still be walking around fit and fancy free. You do not need hair to live. So when you start to lose your hair, your body doesn't care that you're losing hair, but when you lose hair, it's letting you know that something is wrong with your body. Usually when we eat and consume our nutrients, our caloric content, the brain has the first call on those nutrients so that you can continue to walk, talk, chew gum, and put one foot in front of the other. The rest of those nutrients, if they are sufficient, goes to fuel your body. Now, if those nutrients are inflammatory, they're full of sugar, they help you develop yeast, or you're not eating enough detoxifying fruits, vegetables, and foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, if you're not eating enough of it to detoxify your body's waste, the bacteria can cause an issue for you in the future. The consistent acidic foods, sugar-rich filled foods, yeasty foods that ferment and sit in your system can cause you issues with your skin, your scalp, and produce fungus later. Please, men and women, my name is LaRon Quarles. I am a certified IAT trichologist. I'm also a hair loss practitioner. I am a health and wellness specialist. I am a cosmetologist of over 30 years, a cosmetology educator, and a hair replacement specialist. My website is hairlosscenternj.com. You can come to us for a trichology consult, 15 minutes for free, and we can help walk you through our process to see if it's right for you. And please don't put off your needs. Don't put your needs off, because you can possibly lose your hair and lose the ability to restore it. Once again, my name is LaRon Quarles. I can be reached at 609-666-4674. Reach out today. Please let us assist you with your needs. Have a wonderful day on purpose.